is Dana Barrett with BlindBid.com, where we help small merchants get a better deal. Today we'll be discussing merchant cash advance qualifications. This is part 2 of a 4-part series. In part 1, I talked about what a merchant cash advance is. In this segment, I'll cover the merchant cash advance qualifications. A cash advance provider will look at your monthly sales volume and your monthly credit card processing volume to determine your maximum advance amount. Typically, the advance amount is equal to your monthly credit card volume and sometimes your monthly sales volume as well. The providers use your credit card volume as proof of sales. You can submit bank statements if you want to go the ACH route or if you want a bigger advance. A standard cash advance will be tied to your credit card processing. Once you've received your funds, the provider will activate the daily retrieval rate, meaning your provider will capture a percentage of your daily card charges. You can expect to pay a daily retrieval rate from around 10% up to 30%. The payback period on a typical merchant cash advance is 6 to 9 months. Since you don't have a fixed payment, the payback period may vary. Longer if sales are slow, faster if sales are high. The merchant cash advance qualifications are, on the one hand, strict, and on the other hand, much more lenient than a bank. Let me explain. Merchant cash advance providers will provide funding in cases where the merchant has bad credit or has been discharged from bankruptcy or is even in a Chapter 13. Your bank will definitely not loan to you in these cases. This makes merchant cash advance a viable option for funding for those situations. On the other hand, merchant cash advance providers will primarily fund retail and restaurant types of businesses. So if your business is home-based, internet-based, or phone sales, you won't qualify. If you don't accept credit cards or have a low monthly credit card volume, usually less than $5,000 a month, you won't qualify either. But the good news is that if you have a restaurant, you'll have a much easier time getting approved and receiving funds than if you tried to get a loan from your bank. Because of that, the majority of cash advances happen to be restaurants. There are some additional qualifications to consider. You need to have at least 15 batches or card settlements per month. You need to have been in business 6 months or more and be able to provide 6 months of credit card statements or other financial documents. If you already have a merchant cash advance, 50% must be paid off in order to get a new one. And of course, you can't have any open liens in excess of $25,000. And sometimes, depending on the provider, that amount can vary. So there are some exceptions, of course, to the qualifications. You have to keep in mind that these are private, unregulated providers of working capital. They want to get paid back. However, the provider makes the final decision and can ignore any of the qualifications if he so chooses. Remember, it's his money. If your business has great cash flow and monthly revenue but very little credit card volume, you can still qualify for a merchant cash advance through an ACH program. Once you've been approved for an advance, the provider can electronically deposit or ACH the money quickly into your account. The money is then yours to do with as you please. However, it is highly recommended that you put that money to strategic use to improve and grow your business. In the third part of this series, I'll talk to you about how a merchant cash advance works, the daily retrieval rate, the lockbox, and ACH solutions.